What's good, our beautiful individuals? You are joining us for season 2, episode 2 of our In the Cut series. My name is Rain Cruz.
This is Jay.
And we are here with the whole team and our homegirl Prado, local East Van artist originally. How are you, B?
I'm good. I'm like, you call me local. I'm
Yeah,
like local. We ain't local, no. That's what. Anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Formerly local.
Formerly, yeah, I'm from here.
Facts.
Y'all
Yeah,
from
formerly.
here?
I'm gonna give like some backstory, cause like,
Okay.
here's the thing, like, I met you the first year that I started like making music and like trying to do the app thing and everything you're seeing now. You were there from year one, so. I remember when you came to Phil's crib and you just like gave us some pointers on a song that we were working on. And then that was probably 4 years ago. So a lot has happened since then. We'll try and cover, certain parts, whatever you want to cover.
Yo, it's so funny. Yo, I think of it and I'm like, I did my first show with you ever.
Yeah.
My first
that was your
ever
first
show.
show?
Where was that?
That was my first
Creepy.
show. We did our first.
Creepy nightclub?
We did the dumbest
Wow.
like little bullshit that that I've ever seen in my life, and I would never do
Facts.
it again.
Facts.
I literally think about it, and I'm like, I would never do that shit again.
It was-
Bitch, one woman, like 4 niggas, like, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm all like spitting, like,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't looking right.
And it was so
that wasn't looking
unstructured.
right.
But it was our
also,
first show.
we were all fighting for slots for
Yeah,
sure.
yo, that was crazy.
We were fucked up for that, but it was a good time. Like, I feel like we had like just meeting everybody at the time was like
Yeah.
I had never like met people I fucked with in my neighborhood.
That's blessed.
And then I saw Fee and I was just like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then like more recently now, I think before I was like, yo, we could do some like rap crew kind of thing because like I was really into like old hip hop kind of stuff. But
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, yo, and then now my whole music taste is like just flipped on
It's different.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
fucked up now. So
How did it change into what it is now? Because if anyone watching has heard, like, it was old boom bap stuff before, right?
yo, yeah, my stuff
Yeah.
before was really, or like, no, it was quite experimental, honestly.
That's true.
I'll show
It
you guys
was.
a lot of like the newer, were you guys When I'm Down era? Like that kind of?
I heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was, around that time. But I
Yeah.
think after like everybody kind of leveled up and like
Facts.
I met Fee and everybody, we're all like, cause we were just straight up kids, like just trying to just like break into something.
Hey, yeah.
Something.
You know, like just to make us feel like we're doing something,
Yeah.
doing something productive.
Yeah.
But like now it's nice to see things like start to materialize because like I can only see like better things from there. You know?
Facts.
So that's why I'm like, what the fuck? How do you not rock? That's my case, y'all. I'm like, if anybody's like looking at me being like, why do you rock with these niggas? I'm like, that's my case, y'all. That's the one. Because like I don't fuck with anybody from here for sure.
Yeah.
Not in this city.
So let's give the people watching at home like an idea of where you're at now. Like, are you signed to somebody? How long you been making music?
Yeah, so like I basically I was started out producing on Twitter and then I was songwriting through Twitter like for different rappers.
Yeah.
Dope.
And just like doing a lot of pen work towards the end. And then I just was like, damn, I think I'm gonna start to make music like that I like to make.
Yeah.
And then honestly just like I was always good at song structure and stuff
You
like
were.
that, like y'all
Yeah.
said.
It was always
And
different
so-
too.
Yeah, and then I had like a lot of different label opportunities like in that time, but I just never thought it was like I never thought about. So I literally only realized now in like the year 2020. I went back into my old email, like my Hotmail. I was using my Hotmail on my
Yeah,
music
wow.
shit, like for sure.
Yeah.
And I remember like going into there, and I was having like conversations with A&Rs, and that
Yeah.
I didn't know were A&Rs.
Yeah.
Cause like I
Exactly.
just didn't connect. Like I didn't know like what an A&R. I didn't know any of that shit.
Yeah.
But then once I was like, I moved out to LA and I got like more accustomed to it. Then like more opportunities were like come my way that I was like, oh okay, I can make money in this industry.
Facts.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, I want to just, and like that was just and then my whole mentality changed after that. I feel like that's what kind of like
Yeah.
shook it
When was
backwards.
that? Like around what year did that
I don't
change start
know.
shifting?
I think when I was just making better music, I just thought it was
Facts.
like, girl, I'm a part of every part of it. So like most of these records that are coming out now, I think Men in Black is the only one that I didn't start the production on or
Right.
like do something like deep on. So I always like just worked hard on the craft.
Yeah.
That like by the time I was done to like, you know, doing like contract bullshit, I couldn't even like go there with it. But now I work hard on it and I can like see both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Cause it just like I don't know. Something in me just clicked, and I was
Yeah.
like, girl, we have to start like making some income on this. And that's why I see so many groups here in Vancouver too that are like, you know, people that are trying to put something together that like generates income for like this place in a music way.
Yeah.
And that's necessary because it's actually extremely necessary because there's no if there's no economy in the shit, then there's nothing going on. So it's like we need to be building like capital and that kind of shit, especially for a place like here. Like I'm convinced now. I'm like, I feel like more people will start to do the work, but like I don't know, I had to dip from here, and I definitely will keep dipping from here because like I said, I hate being local. I'm like I was like barely here because like like you know what I mean. So I was like, okay, like that's cool, but that's just what your city calls you, I think.
Yeah,
you know. So
honestly, like how I always see it is wherever your soul like calls you, you know. Like for me, like I love the Philippines, you know. Like every time I go back there, I'm so inspired. I'm like the best version of myself. But then I always know like Vancouver is where I grew up. This is where I started. So I always try to keep that in like just like deep down, you know. But I know I want to be like out there, you know, on the islands and just making music on the islands. So are you saying that like LA in a sense is where you feel like at this moment in your life is where you truly belong, and do you feel like the most inspiration
I feel like,
there?
Yo, you know what's so funny? Men in Black, the beat was produced in the Philippines.
Like
I'll post a picture of it, like y'all will see it. It's gonna be a recurring picture.
Who's a producer?
Franco Maravilla, like he is out in LA with me, and he straight up like made, like he went back to the Philippines and he like made the whole beat in like his backyard or some shit. Send me a picture of smoking a cigarette. It's so like the hardest picture ever, and I'm like, crazy. Fuck yeah, because like I respect that like people could go to different places and like create stuff, but I think that's why I'm not too like LA is like my dream, because like it's never gonna be that way with me. Like I feel like I'll just like I'll be seeing Berlin, I've seen all these places, and I was traveling so much before the Rona, like 2019. All 2019 I traveled. I think I literally just came back from like I was done traveling in like motherfucking September, and then I was just like in the studio every single day. So I was like, I already had a quarantine before everybody got a quarantine because I was by myself. Like I was just going to studio, that was it. And like I was just living my life like for the first time, because like after you sign and shit like that, you're just like, okay, like I'm gonna live my life a little bit like the way I want to. So I was already like quarantined for like 3 months. Word. And then everything started happening and I was already home. I'm like, shit. I'm like, fuck.
What you do?
Well, no. I just kept staying in the studio.
Is it still the same one that we were renting out of?
Yeah. I was but even we had a studio in LA, and now I'm really trying to work on like building a studio in LA now.
Like a real one, like a big
like a studio. Right. Like I'm actually just gonna go get a building and do the thing, because like
that's what you guys did with the
artists. Labels be finessing artists off a studio.
What you mean?
I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. Because artists, every person will have that like friend that goes to LA like off of some studio shit, like some label shit. But it'll never ever like that money is not going to anywhere. It's not going to any like pockets whatsoever. It's going back to the label again. It's a fucking circle.
Yeah, facts.
They trapped them. It's it's a circle. Word. That's why I was like, I think it's better to just reinvest in like yourself.
Into yourself,
And that's why I signed indie first, and like I wanted to do that. That was like it had to happen that way.
Are you indie right now?
Yeah, period. Word. It's like, well, like I'm not by myself.
You have team.
I'm signed to
word.
I'm signed to the indie like,
to an indie label.
That's like underneath the bigger ones.
Word.
So that's why I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you're essentially like being able to keep all of your records.
Facts.
And
so like they're used for like they get a distribution from like the bigger, like the major labels?
Yeah, but it's all interconnected because I met them through the bigger label, the major.
Okay. Crazy.
How is that?
That's why I'm like, I don't know. I did SEO. It's crazy to think, because I was just, I don't know, but I also don't think it's ever, like I really like made sure that my deals were something that like I could clean up.
You have
because essentially every deal that an artist signs is gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
But like just make sure you're able to clean that up, or like you see a way for you to flip it.
Yeah.
Because like we'll all in this lifetime run into like a good amount of money. Like make sure you fucking do the right thing with that shit.
Yeah.
And like yeah, it's just like the greed aspect. Just like stay away from that kind of shit. And y'all know how bad I wanted it when I was that young.
Hell yeah.
That
Hell yeah.
Like
you were cutthroat for that shit. Yo.
I was ready to. I've been that way. So I was like, oh fuck. But it definitely changed like a lot.
Word. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I always like. I guess you say I admired about you was even last year, or was it a year or 2 years ago now since we were in your studio? Last year, right? We when you were always talking to us about the contracts and shit, and you're just like giving us quick like rundowns on like
yo
you were so thorough with that shit.
Okay, yo, only because y'all were literally the only people I would see in the day, maybe. And I would straight up just tell you the whole shit. So I'd be like, yo, I'm running through this, I'm doing that. Because I felt like y'all motherfuckers were like trying to get up into your own shit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just speak my mind to them. Because I actually think like I like have a place in like I think we have a different type of entertainment, but it's the one that I think is gonna like prevail at the end for sure. Word. That's why I'm like I always felt that from the beginning. Y'all came to Faded with me. I want y'all to see that experience.
That was crazy. I was gonna touch on it later.
That experience because
Dude.
But I wish y'all saw the Lil Fest one because that one was way better. That one's I literally came outside and I saw like an arena stage.
Yeah,
and I was like, ooh. And everyone was singing my song back to me. It was fucked up. But outside, we got like the little ghetto stage. I was like, okay, go have fun. Like, just take the fucking passes and dip. I was like, niggas go. Like, just get out of here. Because I was like, when I'm in like, at the time, I even think I changed from that point.
Word. Because that wasn't even too long ago.
Yeah, because that was when I came back from LA like for a little break.
Facts.
And then like and then right after that, I was gone for a long, long time.
Word.
And then I was like, damn. And then I even think back then and I'm like, what the fuck? I could have, and I was with no management, no label all that time too.
At that time?
Yeah, I've never done any show for my label straight. I got signed in like July.
Word.
Like, girl.
That would have been shortly after Faded then, when you got signed.
Yeah, you know what contract? The one I was talking to y'all about the whole time wasn't even the contract I signed.
Wow. How did you?
Didn't even be the one I signed.
How did that even?
It was fucked.
What happened?
It was well, yo.
Because like, getting
too into.
Word.
But like, it's funny. Word. It's definitely a funny story. But like, because some artists, sometimes you gotta make decisions.
Facts.
So you gotta make decisions on like what is best for you at the time.
You have to, for real.
And usually labels will try to make that financial. So on top of that, you have to know your worth in those finances as well.
Facts.
So it's like, I think I'll always become like a broke dead like artist like before I became like a bitch that took something that wasn't worth my time.
Facts.
Like fuck that.
Facts.
I got trust issues. I'm not
you heard what she just said. That's crazy. Yeah.
No, I got trust issues. You gotta know what your time is worth. I become I'm doing paintings too now. I'm doing so many different art mediums now. I'm just all my
it's
DJ
good though.
shit.
Channel that shit.
He always talks about having different like outlets. That way, if you ever, if your battery on the music thing is running low, put it on the charging dock. Start painting.
Yeah.
If you don't want to paint, go DJ.
Because I feel like when you're so like focused on that one thing. So for me, it's usually hair, right? So I'm doing hair all the time. I'm like, I love this so much, but it's like draining me to a point where like it's not even a passion anymore. I'm kind of just doing it for the motions, right? And then I'll be like, okay, let's put this aside. Let's tap into the producing bag. Let's tap into music bag. Let's just fucking do that.
You produce?
Yeah, I started getting back into producing. I've been doing.
I'm like, how about like we need a fucking I sold that nigga. I told Fee, I was like, my nigga, add the links. He sends me a list of the people that are gonna be there, all these names. I don't know any of these names. Add the Instagram handles. Yeah. I need to do my research. And he didn't. Yeah. But I was like, damn, I need to know this information. Because like I want to hear shit like that. That's good.
Yeah, yo. And it's just like, for me, it's like music was always the one thing that I like clung on to when I just like I needed something, So like for me, music is always just like super spiritual and super healing, and I just love like the fact that like we even started our label this year, right? We're able to give what helped us so much, right, through like the craziest times to other people, because like at the end of the day, it's just like we just want people to relate and to grow with us,
Yeah, no, I think that's the whole purpose of like studios and like having. That's why like I will never like look down upon people trying to like build spaces and do that kind of shit because like Like, even after y'all left my studio, y'all got your own studio. I'm like, yes, that's exactly what you should
wanted.
be doing.
Yeah, you told her that too.
Yeah, and I literally said, I was like, that's exactly what you should be doing, because you're building infrastructure.
Yeah.
And like that shit is important, because when people have those spaces to go do those things, then like in turn we're getting more art, we're getting more, you know what I mean? And like that's why I can't like. Yeah. Actually, it was really bad. Right now, I did another interview, and I fucking put there's like a thing. It was like, who's your favorite Vancouver artist? And I did us. It was like 10 in the morning. I'm like, girl, what kind of question is this? That's all I wrote on the thing, and I submitted it.
Oh
I was like, girl, what kind of question is this? I literally was like, I'm not gonna look, bro. Like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, it's a long motherfucking day. I should have put one of y'all motherfuckers for sure.
Nah, you always kept it real though.
No, but I was like, 10 in the morning. It's like everyone here just reflects the Vancouver instinct onto it. Everyone just reflects it, like, and that's why I just see like art for art. Like, I don't really like put it down on place or anywhere. Like, even though like it's so important for every place to like hold space for those things. Yeah. Because like artists are crucial to like so many things, and we're in the Renaissance era. We're in the Age of Aquarius, bitch. Like, get hip to it. I'm like, learn some astrology. Learn that in the quarantine.
Whose playlist is that? Age of Aquarius.
That's mine.
That's your playlist.
Wait, is that on my Spotify playlist?
Yes.
They put it up already.
Yeah.
I didn't know they put it
that's
up
what I'm saying. So I saw it and I was like, whose is this? So that's your.
Oh my god.
So you
I made
that
playlist. Yeah.
Word.
It's literally all my favorite. Like, I called it Age of Aquarius because I feel like everyone's coming. Yo, 1920s when the fucking I'm about to go real conspiracy on these. I'm so sorry. But Age of Aquarius is basically where, like, motherfuckers. Okay, in the 1920s we had like we had the Renaissance era first, right? Yep. And then we had like the 1920s era where like we got industrialization out of that. And so like when we go into the Age of Aquarius after like this whole lay-low period of like the epidemic and everything, then it's like afterwards I just think like the art will be like a lot more out there because there'll be more people interested in it, more people like living their lives, dancing, blah blah blah, all this shit. Yeah. So that's what they call like Age of Aquarius, is like the new shit that comes in. So I made the playlist out of that, and like I added just all the songs that like Mary Jane Holland, like by Lady Gaga. I have so much shit on there. I fucking put all my favorites on that bitch. And then my management was like, yo, add and add Steven and Drip. I was like, fuck. Obviously. The bitch. I was like, and they fit wildly enough. But I was like, damn,
If you don't know what that is, anybody watching home, it's a playlist on Spotify. Go check it out. It's on her Spotify page. I don't know.
Yeah, it's on the. I'll be making mixes. I'll be doing.
That's dope.
But I like to have every hand in the thing, you know, like,
which is good.
You have to. I think, if you want it to be good.
Yeah, exactly, right. That's the thing with being an artist too. It's like being an artist isn't just making your own art. Like really, just touching every piece of it. You know, so it's very good and very important. And then you've also been on Northern Bars for a minute now.
Oh my god, I had no idea that.
You didn't know?
I saw that when, like, I didn't know about it for the longest time because I didn't have Spotify. Word. And then my management messages me like, you're on this. I was like, fuck. I was like, thanks, because I honestly think I'm not used to the perception whatsoever now. Because like y'all know, I was like, I didn't really shit for years. Years. So that's why I was like, what the fuck? People give a fuck about music? Like, that's crazy. So I think it just unlocked all this bullshit in my brain now. All this bullshit now. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, now I'm just like thinking about it.
And you're dropping now though, right?
Yeah, tomorrow or tonight. Like, actually, is it out now? Yeah, in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Great. Men in Black.
Men in Black.
What's the story behind it, or just the art behind it?
Men in Black. We're at the New Year's Eve party on 2019 to 2020. Okay. Me and my friends are drinking Lincoln, whatever, invite some niggas out. Then this one nigga, he spilled his drink on my friend's Jay's. Word. And she just fucking flipped out because she was drunk. Word. And then all these niggas were just like, they were in the club because of us. They were like, we got them into the bitch. They were like drinking our shit.
Now they're violating you.
Yeah, and they're like trying to run around, grab these New Year's kisses, whatever. They're trying to do their thing. And I'm like, nah, y'all some sluts. That was basically what I said. I was like, y'all some sluts. And I literally was like in my apartment in LA on the phone with my friend. We're rehashing it because I literally left like maybe like 2 days after New Year's.
Yeah.
And I'm rehashing it on the phone with her and I'm like writing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, men in black, all sluts, no lie. I just started like writing stupid poetry and she was like, bitch, put that in a song. That would sound crazy. And then like I just ended up making the song in like a day in the apartment.
Word.
And then like I sent it to my engineer. I was like, this is the song, it's gonna be a banger. And then I like went home, performed it at Lil Fest, and then now I just like pimped it, made it like really intergalactic.
Word.
And then just like put out the record. But it's a fucking stupid story. And also the meme, you know, like that meme where it's like, I want to forget everything, or like I wish I didn't see that shit with like the pen. Yeah. That shit.
Word.
That shit. It was literally based upon like those two things.
Yeah.
And like I just ended up writing the anthem of like, I don't know, being like, men are sluts, y'all. Men are real fucking sluts and whores. Like, don't believe anything they say, y'all. Like, decline his calls. Hang up. No, really, like, that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say. I was like, niggas ain't shit, but it's a tricks, y'all.
It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. That's your version of it, right?
Yeah, straight.
Is there a video coming up for them now?
I directed a visualizer.
Oh, word.
So like I did like a visualizer for it. That's like really. I wore your shirt. I wore the ab shirt in it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I wore like the collared one with like a suit. It's because he left it in my studio. I thought they'd never come back for this.
Okay. Fuck it, keep it. Sure, I'll take it.
I was like, yo, that's dope. I thought they'd never come back for this.
Shit.
I still have your pants though. I'll bring those back. Are the pants that you guys built, like the ones you sewed together? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give them back to y'all because ain't nobody gonna fit those in my household.
Okay, word. Damn, yo, I'm just tripping out. The fuck? Because I was watching the visualizer promo.
The promo, the teaser.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I was like,
really sick.
I'm gonna snap back into the interview. You alright?
I just had the idea.
Holy. Let's talk about fucking Faded. Or before even that, I'll give backstory. Mm-hmm. So our first studio was at your place, the one that you built. Mm-hmm. And we were just renting out a few days in the week and shit. And then we did that for a few months. And then now we just opened ours. But then during that time, you were like, you showed love and you let us go to Faded with you. Mm. How was like the whole thing? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure like a lot of artists here, or even not from here, because I would want to like perform at Faded and shit. How was that experience for you?
Okay, so it's really funny.
I was there and it was a little hectic.
It's always a little hectic, but I also think I wanted you guys to see that experience because I wanted you to see what it was. Yeah. Like at the lowest level of like Faded, like that is where we would be at. Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's why like the next time I go do it, like my first festival, like Jessie Reyes deadass came up to me and was like, bitch, your name's gonna be like on a big lineup, like it will. Word. She was like, girl, it is. And I was like, okay, bitch. Had this great conversation with her. And then like afterwards I thought of festival experiences and I think that's why like Rona's really like difficult for like artists because it's like festivals are literally the thing that builds like fan people base, like build fan base and industries and da. So that's why I was like, damn, like it sucks because like people want to do festivals and like I mean honestly like cut the cameras dead ass, right? Like who cares? But like cut the cameras dead ass, like who cares about the festivals? But like I wanted to see you guys. I wanted to like bring you guys to that like thing so that you could see like what it would be like. Just because like honestly it's not all that like it's crazy the things that like we see versus the things other people see and like the perception of everything like honestly because like it's a different world and people will find us like y'all will like grow from Vancouver and like do your thing and and like this video will exist and people will be able to like go back and see that shit. No,
that's the reason why we're doing this, right? Like we were even talking about how we'll watch this in like 5 years, see how far we've come, but also see how far the city's come and just the infrastructure. Like we were talking about that last episode too, 2 days ago. That I think the reason why we are in the Renaissance period is because our infrastructure is actually starting to grow now. There's more positions opening. There's more studios. It's more accessible to get into a studio. So
no, that's why. But they also need to be building like the funds for those. In Canada, like I know that. Like, can you believe they gave Grimes like $100,000?
Grimes?
Like Factor gave Grimes $100,000.
But when's the last time she even...
Bro, she's Elon Musk.
I know what I'm saying, right?
Like, why are we giving her that money? Like,
that's crazy.
That one. I didn't know who the fuck fucked up on there.
That's
because I need them to do my report right now. I'm just gonna...
That's crazy.
I need them to do my report right now.
She's Canadian?
Yeah, bro, because she's Canadian. And it's literally because all these... Like, the way that it works is that the label is, like she's independent. So she signed to her own, like she has her own company thing. Yep. She fucking signs up for Factor through that company. She gets 100 G's. And there's a lot of people like here that make money off of music. Like even the old heads that like figured it out a little bit. Yeah. They deadass like just honestly reinvested whatever the fuck they got from anything that they had and managed to flip that. Yeah. So, and there's no one here that's really like a superstar. That was why I answered that way in that interview. Cause like there's no one really here that like is to trailblaze for anybody. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know how my life is going to pan out, but I'm literally just like, for the meantime, I'll make music and I'll try to make it good and I'll try to do the best of like
just day by day
what people have fucking seen. Yeah. Because like fuck that. That's the one thing I knew that like we all know this, that we're all like in a space for a reason. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like birds of a feather flock together, bro. Yeah, facts. That's what it is. So, and like motherfuckers, like, you know, once you guys get to that step of like signing and doing all that kind of shit, because even me, like, I hate so many people can't even believe it. They're like, they can't believe you're signed, whatever. And I'm just like, girl, like, yeah, it took a lot of hustle. Time, yeah. It takes time. Like you guys know that it takes time. Yeah. But like maybe if 2 years from now, no one will give a fuck about how long it took me whatsoever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn.
Doesn't that piss you off a little bit though, when nobody really, like gives it that attention of how long it really took?
I can't blame them. I can't blame them because I have no sympathy for them either.
Word. Okay, that's how you answer that shit. There you go.
No, really, because like it's fine. Y'all don't have to, bro. Whatever the fuck people have to say. As if I fucking gave a fuck when I sat down.
I like that.
As if I gave a fuck when I sat down here. As if I gave a fuck.
That's crazy.
I was like, no, whatever these motherfuckers, whoever watches this shit, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be that.
How'd you start making music anyway? Or like, what made you start? What's your...
Yeah, what were like your earliest like influences?
I used to listen to a lot of like Jeff Buckley. And like, do you know who Jeff Buckley is?
Nope.
No, but yo, listen to him. He's sexy as hell. Listen to him. He's like guitar. He plays guitar, but like he plays guitar just like crazy, like fucking incredible, and like sings on it, and it's just crazy. He died. Rest in peace.
Damn.
And I was listening to a lot of like alternative music and like a lot of pop music. Yeah. So that was kind of where I started. Just like heartbrokenness. I feel like I just felt heartbroken and I was like, I need to make music. And so like even when I show you, oh my God, I literally get so embarrassed all the time because my songwriting was so outlandish before. Yeah. And I think I was really like, I had no limits with my art. When the shit that you guys showed, like that I showed you guys, like it was always just off the hinges. Like and I was like, bro,
I remember.
He says I remember.
Yeah, just like, no filter whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. I still. Yeah. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. You're talking about it as if you don't have one anymore. I mean, you have one now, but I don't
feel like
think
I have
you do.
one on my like a filter on. Like I just know how to make it a little better.
Okay.
Maybe.
Word.
But like. I don't know. It's funny because it's just honestly all artistry is embarrassment, isn't it? Like everything's just gonna be you're gonna surpass like your moment and then go to the next one. That's what I think.
You seem like really like busy in a sense. What keeps your mind like what helps you really with your mind, especially like like what really like brings you back, yo? Because like
I'm just dead ass. Like I have ADHD, bro. Honestly, I have ADHD, and I be thinking at 1,000,000 miles per hour sometimes.
Yep, I can relate.
I don't really like. Only thing that slowed me down is actually making music.
Sometimes
maybe the calmest y'all will ever see me. Like at least when we're in the studio together, I was always real fucking collected.
Yeah, real calm.
Yeah, real calm and collected, and I'm still that way in the studio.
Yeah,
that's good.
But,
so that's your safe space then.
Yeah, like that's my zone, and then like. If I'm biking, if I'm swimming, it's like activity. Just like gets your mind off of
doing
everything.
something.
Yeah,
is when your mind actually calms down. Yeah. Wow, that's a paradox.
Is it?
Yeah, right. Or am I tripping?
No, that's a paradox.
You have to do something to calm your mind down in a sense.
Yeah.
When she's doing something, then that's when her mind calms down. When she's not doing anything, her mind.
It's me too. I can't sit still for more than like literally like I'm right now. I'm literally
can't sit
like,
still ever.
going like this right now. I can't. And like sometimes I speak way too fast because like my mind is processing too many things. That's why I think I got into like rapping and stuff because like
straight.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, I don't think they've ever heard me freestyle, and I thank the Lord Jesus for it. Like, y'all motherfuckers, I would not be able to do that at that time. Back then, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I just look like UK drill rapper today. I just look like I'm about to freestyle, but I ain't.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that's
money. Funny you said that because I was looking at like the new art direction of Men in Black, and it's like one is fire, but it's like almost 2000s edgy kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? So different than what I'm seeing right now. UK drill rapper. Who was that? All you creative directing or?
Yeah. Period. We do. I do all
everything, right?
I just honestly, I have no other.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask too. It's like, how's the process now? Is it like still just you and the main girls, or is there a bigger team involved?
It gets a little crazier now because like there's so many factors involved. So like I kind of just knock things out, but I love having creative direction, and so like me and my girls are still there, and like just me and like the team now building, and like honestly just like nurturing everybody through the process, like I think is the most important thing, because like making art is hard. So like I think or like if you want something good, it's gonna be a little difficult, but like you get it done, you know, and like you have to do that in like a loving way, you know. So I think like if you're gonna work with people that are like your people, you know,
they gotta be your people,
period, because like I can't work no other way. I'd be like, fuck that.
Somebody was even the last guest that we had were saying like, if you're gonna have a manager, that manager has to be your biggest fan, because like he has to know your catalog from top to bottom, and like he has to be your biggest fan, because like that's the guy that's basically you're handing him the keys to run your daily day-to-day stuff. So
no, and it's in the arithmetic. So it's like if someone likes a record that you have, like one record that you have, then like you know like where they're at. But I don't think everybody has to like stand your like be like worshiping the Bible that is your music, but like they should see something big for it, like at the end of the day, because so many people are gonna like music if it's good. Nigga, it's a lot of people are gonna like your music is the logic I'm using here. And so like, you know, then you have to just pick the ones that like know the best solution for it, essentially. Like, and that's different for everybody. It's gonna be a different story for everybody. I just managed to like do something stupid. And I don't know, I deadass like y'all watch me do it. Y'all were in the actually like in the day-to-day war zone with me. In like the in that time period where like I was deadass like, yo, I swear to God, I quit my job. I was hustling. I was doing the most that I could do like to just like get the fuck out of Vancouver. So then I fucked off. And then I was like, I was gone.
After that is lit.
Yeah, I was like, and then I fucked off. And I was like, and I'll fuck off again. And I'll fuck off again.
You just rinse, repeat. What's coming up after Men in Black?
Men in Black, and then we got Gucci Store. I don't know if y'all ever heard these records.
I think I heard Gucci Store. I'm not too sure though, because I think so, because you were playing us a bunch of unreleased. Steven was one of them.
Oh, definitely. Then you heard Gucci Store,
right?
But we changed it a little more now.
Oh,
it's crazy because like I ended up like I'm producing like my whole second EP as well.
Okay.
So like I basically ended,
Currently, you're
working right now. I'm working on that right now, and then I'm so excited for it because it's just like gorgeous. It's just like really pretty, like production style. So, like just getting everybody producing on that and everything. Y'all saw the earliest version of Gucci Store, because then I went back and I was like, okay, I think, and Men in Black was one of those records too that like I repolished it. Because I was just like, holy fuck, like this will sound different this way. And I think it's a jumpy track, so I want it to be like quite jumpy. But we have Gucci Store and then an EP right after, and that's then when this will come out. Or like hopefully, actually Gucci Store will be out like probably this month, but like
okay, right. When's the EP?
EP's like March. Hopefully.
Yeah, this will be out.
Yeah, and then I'm so happy I'm done. And there's a track on there, Louis T, and it's the only like I'm so excited for it. And there's so many tracks that like I'm just like, fuck, I'll give y'all the slip. I'll send y'all the fucking Dropbox link.
Word.
But like, yeah.
What's life like? What's your day to day like now?
Oh my god.
I mean, I assume like music is probably the main thing, right?
Yeah, like I try to make time to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the statement. That's the sentence.
That's
period.
it. That's the answer.
I'm like, I try to make time to do everything, but I can't do everything in one day. So like, you know, but I start pretty enthusiastic.
Yeah, I mean, even back then, like a year ago, you were so busy and doing this and doing that. And
I think y'all know how much ADHD I have. If y'all don't know by the end of this interview, how much ADHD I have.
This was probably our most free-flowing interview.
Yeah. No, deadass. I feel like this is the most anybody's ever got out of me, and I'm pissed.
Oh my god!
I'm like, fuck, y'all got me singing, just like spitting. Unfortunately,
we're good interviewers.
No, you're good interviews. I always like talking to you.
Yeah. No, because I remember, bro, sometimes
this nigga processes information.
Yeah.
He does, yo. He actually like listens, yo.
Dude, no, because I mean, okay, first of all, I process the information because if you're gonna take the time to give it to me, I don't want you to just feel like you're wasting your words. You know what I mean? So I've felt like that so many times where I'm talking to somebody and just dull face on it, like dull look on their face, or they'll just say some empty shit like, "Oh, that's nice," or "Oh, fuck you." Wasted my fucking time. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be.
Fuck you.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, oh, fuck you. You know, but I don't want to be that person. You know, so. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'll be like, oh. But no, because I remember sometimes in the studio, like, and even your mom's is kind of like this too. They just say what's up, and then all of a sudden we're in a full blown conversation. But it was cool though. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it whatsoever. But it was just like, yeah, that's how it goes.
Just hide.
No,
just hide. No,
chill.
My mom's like that too. Everybody in my family's like that, bro. That's what. Yeah.
Would you say? Let's give me another question too. Is what holds you down? Because if you're always on the go and you're so busy and you got to do this and that, what kind of like keeps you rooted?
I think I'm pretty good at like taking like giving myself luxuries. So I think I reward myself. I reward myself.
Okay, word.
So it's like reward system. Because I'm like, we need laser beam focus most of the time. Yeah. But like the things that hold me down are like my dogs. Like, you know, coming home.
You still got them too?
Yeah. Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
Selena Gomez. I love my dogs. Literally, my dogs hold me down. My parents been holding me down.
Yeah.
My mom believes in me like so much. My dad thinks I'm famous. It's great. My dad thinks I made it.
Your dad's a G.
My dad thinks I made it, yo. He straight up has like a Prado hat, bro. He got a hat done that says Prado, like straight up. And he wears it. He's like, yo, look, that's you. Yeah. That's you. Because he's like, that's him. That's his last name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they'd be like, yo, they call him Prado. So he's like, yo, we sporting. Like, look at us. And I'm just like, yeah.
Is that the only meaning to your artist name? Is your last name?
Yo, I wanted. It's weird because I changed like all my handles to Prado Monroe.
Right.
Like, because I was like.
Let's talk about that too after.
Yeah, Alien Kanye died, didn't she?
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But I changed it to Prado Monroe, and it was literally just because I dyed my hair blonde, and I knew that I would have to cut it short eventually. And then I was like, I'm gonna be blonde and like short haired, and then now I'm like red.
Are you gonna change it? No.
Yo, change my handle again. Imagine.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'll do like
Prado Wendy's.
Like Prado Hell.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
I used to call it like Wendy's a lot.
Yeah, Prado Wendy's or like Prado some bullshit. I wanted to do Prado Monroe, like it's my dad's extended name is like Montoya.
Oh.
So like I was gonna do Prado Montoya, but then it was like Prado Monroe. And then I was like, okay. And then I was blonde and I was smoking cigarettes. And I called it a day. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
This is funny because in your last post you said in the Men in Black thing, you're like, don't smoke, kids. And then you're in the photo, kid lighting it up. Bang.
No, no.
That's
It's
the
literally
Prado.
just because it's the look. Like, it's really cute.
I feel it.
I said that
feel
on
it.
camera, but I didn't mean it, but I did. Like, fuck. I didn't. People smoking kills, y'all. Smoking kills. Yo, I can't be advocating cigarettes in like a full-blown pandemic. I literally can't be.
I'm just drawing info, bro.
I can't be fucking promoting cigarettes in a pandemic, y'all.
No.
So
Oh,
no,
that's a fact. I
don't
didn't even
smoke.
think
That
about
was
that.
for a shoot. I'm a setup.
Yeah.
It's obviously an aesthetic. Get it together, damn
Exactly.
it. Like, don't
Facts.
you know fucking branding? Get it together.
Facts.
I cut my hair. I went blonde. I smoked a cigarette. Is it a crime?
No.
Exactly.
What would you have to say to people? Because you've always had strong opinions with artists from here, especially. What would you have to say to someone who wants to be an artist and be the realest you can be to this person
Oh my god.
if they're watching this? Because you've you've helped us so much with just being straight up honest to us and what you think about this, what you think about that. And you've never shied away from giving us stuff like your contract stuff, like just being like, watch out for this stuff, watch out for this. So you always looked out. So maybe the next person, whoever's watching this, can really get something out of that.
I think make the best stuff you can. Just please make sure it's the best stuff that you have. And before anything, that like you have the most confidence about it. Like literally when you know what always like pissed me off? I used to meet girls in LA.
Yeah.
And like other female artists, like obviously. Cause like, you know, there's a bunch of them, like when you're a female artist, like hit you up, you know? And we'd be in the studio with like the guys and stuff. And I think maybe just cause I'm used to like or like I'm really like a bro to the core, maybe, I don't know. Like I don't really, men don't really be. I'll be like whatever. I could take any of these things over here.
Yeah,
I'm like bam, bam.
Yeah, you've always been
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Okay, because like I don't give a fuck. I'm like I'm like not gonna let no man talk to me no type of way. But whenever they were in the studio, they'd like play their record and they'd only let it play halfway through. And that's when I know I'm like, okay, close the laptop, bro. They close the laptop halfway through. They can't take like the energy, cause like, and it's literally cause like when you're an artist, you put everything into like, you take all your energy and put it into something.
Yeah.
But like, you have to make sure that you're willing to like let go of that part, and like, if it's gonna be heard by people, like you better make sure you withstand all the minutes of it. Like no director watches his film and thinks like, oh, this is fucking boring as shit. Like, you know what I mean? Or it's like, oh, I should turn this off. Like, you know what I mean? If it's good work, then like you'll understand that it's good work as well.
Word.
You know? And like if you walk with that forward, things will start to snowball for you, because there's a room for every type of good. Like if it's good, granted it's good. Yeah. I'm like, don't anybody from here do not take up my words. Like if you're trash, don't take my words. But if it's good,
if you're trash,
no, don't take my words.
Turn this video off.
Yeah, turn the video off.
Go to the next one.
No, but if you're trash, like I'm sorry, because like there's room for everybody.
What if somebody doesn't know they're trash?
Yo, maybe I'm trash and I don't know. So like honestly, y'all should just just jump in, and if things start to snowball, let it fucking snowball. Because usually y'all seen how fast everything went for me.
Yeah,
it was fucked. So that's why I'm like, if things start to snowball for you, then just let them snowball and like take your time and don't because I was caught up in the snowball for a long time, but then I'm like, only now I've been able to like step back and like actually live a life and dye my hair and do things.
Word.
I want you to give me a fucking fade one day for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yo, when the shit's dead,
you.
when it's to a crisp, when it's to a crisp, I need me like a little fucking I need me a little fucking fade, bro. I'm just gonna pull bitches. That's it.
No, I got
I'm
you,
just
yeah.
gonna fucking pull. I'm gonna just buy some Calvins and just like rock that shit. Just looking.
Oh my god.
About it.
Before my Amber Rose for sure. Let's go. Full
You're gonna go full straight.
I would never shave my head.
Never.
But it's a funny idea.
You just have to do it.
I'm like, I would never shave my head, but it's a funny idea for me. I got a fucked up head, bro. I be wearing wigs too to cover it for sure. I'll be like, ooh, I my edges. That's it.
I'm good on my questions, but I know this guy always sneaks something at the end.
Always, you always put me on the spot too. Yeah, like so. What's next for you, B? Just in terms of like,
She said she's DJing now.
Yeah. What do you see? Like for me, I love the fact, like we'll say when I started producing, and I love the fact that I can like develop an artist and help an artist develop. What's your kind of bigger picture in the music kind of scene? Like what do you see yourself? Do you see yourself just kind of doing what you're doing for yourself, or do you ever see yourself like venturing off? And because like I know like we started a label, right? I know I want to kind of not like fully step into it, but get more into like the A&R side of things. Scouting talent, like helping people see that like we could be a viable option. So do you ever see yourself in other positions of the music industry or anything like that?
Honestly, I think at the core, very best, like I like making music, but I do think like the only advice that I can give that's valuable is to my friends. As bad as that sounds, but that's like the truth. And I think like I have a lot to learn still, and like I would not even consider like maybe like I wouldn't consider thinking too far ahead of it. I have dreams though. I have dreams of it, but I could definitely like I just want to be able to help other artists while I'm still an artist. Because I think there's power in being an artist sometimes, or like for someone like me, like I find like a little bit of power in being an artist. So I'm like, okay, I want to be able to like help other people understand their place. Like
you lead by example. Like,
lead by example. And I think like lead by like what you think is right. Like I honestly think like the fact that you have like a one girl going on to a podcast with like two niggas, and like I'm like from Vancouver, but I'm black and I have red hair. Like I can't imagine the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine the stupid ass thumbnail.
The thumbnail's gonna be a picture.
Like or it's just and I'm literally just like okay, because little like shit like that. I think you lead by example on what like is hip, and like I want everybody to know that like my friends are the people that are like the ones doing that. Do you know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, I want you guys to get your shine, and I want to get my shine, and like you know what I mean, and get guap off of that type of thing. So that's the way I always seen it. That's the way and you can attest to that. I feel like you were there in my baby development of this shit. That's why I'm like I don't even gotta tell the fucking viewers because as if this nigga doesn't know. It's not
if anyone thinks that Prado changed, you I don't know what the hell you're watching or what you're looking at, bro. She's been this way since I've known her, and like that's the thing. You've always been true to yourself, always been true to your vision or what you see for yourself, and you'll do anything it is to get that. So if artists be like that, I don't see why people won't be successful in the city.
I feel like people will be successful here when they just like actually
believe and be themselves.
Yeah, like
we're a lot of cappers.
There's a lot of cap here.
I'm so proud of like Boslin though, because it's so funny because we're the same race. We're like the same, like he's like Aboriginal black and I'm Aboriginal black, and I'm literally just like, God damn, isn't that like ain't that the fucking trickery? Ain't that the fucking trickery of this industry?
Just coming out.
No, it's actually like it's crazy, just like mathematical, and like God bless them, and like all the people here that are actually like trying to make a name for like themselves here. But it's also like I don't think there's been a lot of like true artistry as well. So like, and I always felt like people have to develop that for some years.
For sure.
So like when I see something that's just like, or just kids trying to be fucking gangster, bro, like just shut the fuck up. Like you don't actually know anything about that. You've never seen in your life. Y'all were at my ghetto house when I was 17 in my bedroom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, with my closet studio. Y'all were there for that. That's why I'm like,
closet studio.
Literally, when I see all these kids that just, like, go to Nimbus or some shit, I'm just like, holy fuck, don't get scammed, y'all. Don't get fucking scammed. Take that money and buy yourself a laptop. Like, it's literally like they give them the requirement to buy a laptop. They're like, okay, and you buy this and like contact and all that shit. I'm like, yo, someone should have already leaked all the Nimbus classes. Like if you were smart, someone would have already leaked all that shit, bro. Because that shit needs to stop right now. That's finessery. I'm like, motherfuckers, if they just spent that money on studios, if we funded studios like we fund Nimbus, no. That's why I'm like, That's why I'm like, this is some bullshit. It is. I don't fuck with Nimbus ever.
Oh, right.
They love me for sure. Hello. Fuck off. But like, fuck off. I don't care.
I don't know. I can't say
scamming.
anything because I don't know their curriculum or what
You're
they
like,
send
I don't
people.
know what sponsorships
but
they could be having.
I know. I don't know. I can't say anything. But I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it's music. Like, so many people have made a whole career off of just watching YouTube from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like, bro, it's not that hard. I literally just think like, yo, you can learn so much. Like, just actually opening up a program and going in yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I deadass was like all my directing work. I just opened DaVinci and like fucking Adobe Premiere. And all that shit, and I just go in myself.
Yeah,
and I'm
if
like,
you don't know,
fuck
you
it.
just
I'm like,
Google it,
okay,
yo.
Google
Google
that
the
shit.
shit.
Whatever I want to see, I just see what's up. So I'm like trying to learn how to like edit and direct, so I can just like make anything I want, and then one day I'll like, cause I have the choreographers.
Yeah.
Like I could do that shit. I can have them there.
Yeah.
I love that we're both on. Like you're on 41st and I'm on Kingsway.
Yeah.
So you just be hearing every time.
This is what we
I'm
do.
like, you already know the fucking
East
vibes.
Van shit.
I already
Literally.
know the fucking vibes.
East Van shit.
So funny.
Well, this has been the funnest interview and the most. I don't even know what to
It
say.
hit home
bro.
for you.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to touch base, bro. This was a full circle moment.
Really?
For me, at least for me.
Yeah.
For me and Phil too, because like I said, right, you were there since year one when we were like, yo, we're trying to make beats, we're trying to make this song, and then like we walked up to your crib and we're like, yo, you want to just come check it out? Yeah, I'll come check it out. And then like we played you the song, and then that was in Phil's bedroom, and then we did the whole collective thing, and then we started working in your studio some years after that. But in that time, you went and did your own thing, and that's what everything you're talking about today was happening. And then we kind of linked up again. You brought us to Faded, and then you dipped again, like you do. You dipped again. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a pattern here now. Wait a minute. Dipped again. LA came back, and then now we're here. Like when we have our own studio now, and we have this podcast, and we launched a label, and then you complete. It's like, you know, full loop.
Yo, when I have a place in LA, y'all gotta come down with
For
the
sure.
shit, and we do the other podcast.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And we do it like poolside or something.
Hell
I want to
yeah.
be
Yeah,
bougie.
That'd be
Oh,
so cool.
Yeah.
Can we do it?
The app takes LA. Facts.
Yeah, and that's like I'm just in the y'all like, oh, welcome to my crib.
For sure.
My apartment's a circle. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Yeah.
We videotaped the roach on the lawn. Just
Trap house.
I'm joking.
But yeah, no, thank you for pulling up.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate it so much. And by the time this drops, Men in Black will already be out, or if it already is out. But congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And Gucci Store and the EP coming out.
Yeah.
And just big blessings your way coming from us, because you've always shown us love. We just want to show you love too.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Want to close out?
Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in to season 2, episode 2 of In the Cut. It was dope to see a real side of just
very
the homies,
real,
you know,
authentic.
Yeah, authentic. We needed an episode like this, and you were one of the best examples that we had of that true authentic energy, and we appreciate you for coming on, B.
Hey.
It's funny because your name literally is B.
Yeah, that's why I don't think about it when people call me that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You don't think about it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, B, okay. I'm like, okay. My name starts with that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes.